About 4,000 military personnel are part of this procession, including armed forces from Commonwealth countries, British overseas territories, the sovereign's bodyguard and royal watermen. What you're seeing on your screens is a major military ceremonial operation that's been described as the largest of its kind for a generation. There have been 6 weeks of continuous rehearsals to make sure that all the marching bands are synchronized. For those of you who are just joining in, the newly crowned King and Queen are leaving Westminster Abbey and will shortly take part in a second parade as the one that's going on air. And this is much larger than the first one that we saw when the Queen Consort and the King were heading towards Westminster Abbey. The coronation process is heading back to Buckingham Palace via the same 1.4-mile route that was used this morning. We will be seeing the Royal British Legion providing a guard of honour in Parliament Square shortly from now. On your screens is Prince Harry. Now it has been a day of lavish royal pomp and ceremony. The era of King Charles and Queen Camilla is officially here. The royal couple were formally anointed just moments back. They were crowned and enthroned at the Westminster Abbey. Meanwhile, as the coronation process was going on, we were also getting reports of protests breaking out near the Trafalgar Square. A small crowd had gathered chanting, "Not my king." So there is a mixed reaction we are witnessing in London. Many experts are calling this coronation ceremony much different than the ones London has seen before this. There has been a deliberate attempt to make the ceremony and the rituals much more diverse and much more modern and something that to suit the contemporary times. Now, this is a vision that Charles has shared even previously. He has been a lot different in terms of the royal family. He has been vocal about his political opinions, especially issues related to the environment and climate change, something that the royal family is not a common trait. Now, for those of you who are just joining in on this broadcast, the newly crowned King and Queen have left the Westminster Abbey, and this on your screens that you see is the second parade, much larger than the first one that we saw earlier in the morning. The coronation process is heading back to Buckingham Palace now via the 2.3 kilometers route that was used this morning as well. The command is now given for this huge procession to step off. Nearly 4,000 UK Armed Forces personnel are in formation, marching in step with each other. This is a major military ceremonial operation that's been described as the largest of its kind for a generation. There have been 6 weeks of rehearsals to make sure that all the marching bands are synchronized. Now, it has been a day of lavish royal pomp and show and ceremony, much muted, of course, when you compare it with the coronation ceremony of Queen Elizabeth II. But as of today, the era of King Charles and Queen Camilla is officially here. The royal couple were formally anointed, crowned and enthroned at the Westminster Abbey. We are being told the King and Queen consort are now being taken to Buckingham Palace. They will receive a royal salute from the military. Now, this will be followed by a balcony moment, the kind you see at royal weddings, jubilees, etc., where the royal couple will be joined by other members of the royal family. Now, as you can also see on your screens, the skies of London have been overcast, and this has been the case throughout the day, but it definitely has failed to cast a shadow on the glitz and glory of the royal event. Our rolling coverage of the coronation of King Charles III and Queen Consort Camilla will continue. Keep watching WION World is One. This is me, Ananya Datta, signing off.